Are you working toward that next technological leap?
Step through the door of the earth. Now just hyperspace. You fought hard to get to where you are. Here in Neon, you live in a world.
Speak with me only if you have what it takes to do track.
Yeah. I know this place
I would hope for the sake of these workers that after a while you get used to the smell.
It's nice to see a friendly face. Hello. I'm sorry if I sound rude, but would you mind coming back later? We're actually closed right now. I just forget to pull down the shutters. Oh, you're so kind. I really appreciate what you're trying to do, but I don't feel strong enough to talk about it right now. Perhaps another time, when I'm feeling up to it. I'm afraid not, but come back tomorrow and perhaps I'll be strong enough to speak to you. Right now, I can't.
Everything good? Nothing to report?
Nope, nothing. Pretty slow day so far.
Hopefully we'll see some action soon.
Oh, there you are. I'm feeling a bit better today. Sorry about all that before. The thing is, well, I lost my husband Thomas last week. He supposedly had a heart attack and fell from the upper platform. Of course, that's the official word from Neon Security. I'm not so sure they're telling me the truth. He was almost 70, but according to Dr. Manning over at Reliant, he was in good health. Heart attack, my eye. There's no way that's what happened. No, they certainly aren't. How that security officer could stand there and tell me Thomas died of a heart attack. Well, it's a damn lie is what it is. I'm sorry, this is my problem. You're just here to shop, and here I am filling your head with my conspiracy theories. Please forgive me. My husband and I opened the shop about 8 years ago. We were hoping to cater to the workers at Generdyne and Xenofresh. The business has had its ups and downs, but lately our rent has skyrocketed, so we've been forced to raise our prices. Unfortunately, the workers assumed we were becoming greedy, and as a result, we've had a couple of incidents with shoplifting and some vandalism. Honestly, well, I'm just trying to make a living. Oh my, you're the first person in this awful, awful city that's reached out to help me. Thank you. The security officer's report said they never recovered my poor Thomas's body, which means they're only assuming he had a heart attack. But instead of leaving the case open until further evidence has been discovered, they've closed the book. I want to know why. The truth is all I've ever wanted. I suppose the proper place to start would be with Neon Security's witness, Tevin Anastas, that pompous ass over at the Emporium in Neon. Just please be very careful. I don't want to end up with 2 murders on my conscience. Tevin owns the Emporium over in Bayou Plaza. He's a horribly overbearing, pretentious man who wouldn't dare set foot in the underbelly. The strange thing is, we've never had to deal with him in person. Why he'd be involved in Thomas's death is absolutely beyond me. Oh, everyone has problems with Neon Security. They're terribly corrupt, with Administrator Bayou using them as his own personal brute squad. They come in here from time to time, but apart from being forced to give them employee discounts, I've never had anything suspicious happen. Huh? Oh, goodbye.
Stuck with a syndicate of gang stuff.
Yeah? Owen told me.
Rather be doing this than getting mixed up with someone. Oh, what can you do?
Behold, the Emporium, Neon's premier seller of all things incredible and...
Some would say this place represents all the worst impulses of humanity.
Look, man, have a heart. I can't pay right now, but I'll spot you next time, okay?
Do I look like an idiot? Tell me, do I have a sign that says idiot taped to my back?
No?
I know what you've been wasting your money on. Damn junkies. You pay the posted price, or you don't get anything at all. I'm running a business here. I don't give handouts.
Okay. Jeez, sorry.
Would you care to pick up an exquisite gift while you're here?
You good?
We sell only the finest goods for the discerning customer. I'm not telling you a thing. I've already reported what I saw to security. Stop wasting my time and leave. Your presence is bad for business. There's nothing to tell you. Get it through your skull. Civic duty? Do you really believe that nonsense? I know what you're playing at. Listen, I don't want anything bad to happen. Oh my god, enough! I'll tell you what I know, if it'll get you to leave. I saw it happen. Thomas was murdered and thrown into the ocean. Afterwards, I foolishly reported the incident to security. For my efforts, I was rewarded with a gun to my head and threatened with death if I didn't keep silent. No, the officer that threatened me was completely different. And the murderer wasn't wearing a uniform. I'd wager that the murdering bastard has a friend in security that's covering things up for him. Really? Am I not allowed to leave my own shop now? Yeah, if you really must know, I was going for a walk. Shocking, I'm sure. Ah, come on. I'm not risking life and limb to save someone I barely know. There are people that get paid to do that. I'm not one of them, so I simply prioritized my own safety and didn't get involved. A lot of good that did me. It was hard to hear over the commotion, but I'm sure I heard Thomas call his attacker Russell and Rusty a few times. From what I could gather, the attacker was after credits, and Thomas refused to give him any. After that, well, Thomas went for a swim. God, no. I've seen him around here and there, but if he ever were to come into my shop, I tell him to leave immediately. In fact, I would never even talk to someone like him. I have no business dealing with petty criminals or Aurora addicts. Where else would someone like him be, hmm? He stays at the sleep crates near Madame Sauvage's place. In any case, when you confront him, my name cannot be mentioned. I very much dislike sharing Thomas's briny fate. And with that, I must insist you leave me in peace. That is, of course, unless you'd like to make a hefty purchase.
Hey, buddy, why don't you throw a few credits my way, huh? Help a guy out, yeah? End up in the ocean? What the hell are you... Wait, no. He told me that everything was taken care of. No one would know. Listen, you gotta hear me out. I never meant to do anything. It was an accident. A friend, an old buddy in security. But that's all you're getting from me. I'd rather take my chances with you than with him. Why else? I needed some creds for Aurora, and everyone knows he and his wife run that shitty little shop. All they do is rip people off. He was bound to have creds. I got in a fight with Thomas. I asked him for some creds, but the bastard wouldn't give me anything. Things got out of hand. He ended up falling off the upper platform. It was an accident, I swear. Then I called my buddy in security and told him what happened. He took care of everything after that. Hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a rat. Listen, I messed up, I know that. But nothing can change what's already done. Just let me go and I'll disappear forever. No one will ever see me again. No one even needs to know I'm alive. Just... come on, just let me go. Oh my God. You don't need to worry. No one will ever see me again. I swear it. I'll never come back. I swear.
I see you wearing that neural app. Don't try and that in mine.
I'm afraid I'm not in the best of spirits right now, but I'll try and help. Thomas didn't die of a heart attack. That's a total lie. Please, tell me everything you know. I want to hear it all. I knew it. I just knew that I was being fed lies. Nothing added up right from the start. Neon security. How can they sleep at night and act like my husband's life wasn't worth anything? My husband's killer. Did you find him? What happened to him? Rusty. I believe he was one of the Generdyne workers that would come around and cause trouble. Steal things, vandalize, or the like. They were a rowdy bunch. My husband usually handled the troublemakers and became well acquainted with Rusty and his so-called friends. Vandalism and shoplifting is one thing, but murder? I just never thought things could go this far. So, what did you do with Rusty? Well, I guess I don't much care for what you did with him, as long as he paid for what he did. And about security, did you find out which officer is behind the cover-up? Yes, you're right. It just boils my blood thinking about what they did. But I must say that I feel oddly vindicated just by knowing the truth. The uncertainty was constantly eating away at me. At least I can take solace knowing that justice was served, at least to some degree. I never would have figured out the truth without you. I have credits for you here. Oh, you're so sweet. In any case, please know how grateful I am that you helped me. You're the only person to ever show kindness to me in this city. And now that I know the truth, I can try to focus on healing. Thank you for everything, from both myself and Thomas.